We spent 2 weeks testing the four most popular social media management tools side by side. Same content, same accounts, same workflow. And one of them does something none of the others even attempt. Here is what we are working with Buffer, the clean, simple scheduling tool that has been around since 2010. Loved by solo creators who just want to schedule posts without the clutter. Metricool, the analytics first platform that has been gaining serious traction, especially with agencies who want deep data on what is working and what is not. Hootsuite, the enterprise heavyweight. If you work at a Fortune 500 company, you have probably already used it, or at least been forced to use it. And CFW Social, our platform, and yes, we are going to be completely honest about where the others beat us. Because this is not a sales pitch. This is a real comparison, and you deserve to know the trade offs before you commit to any tool. We tested all four on the same criteria: content creation, multi brand management, discovery and research, scheduling and automation, and pricing. Let us get into it. Content creation is where these tools start to diverge dramatically. Buffer keeps it simple. You get a text box, you paste your content, you attach your images, and you schedule. There is a basic AI assistant that can help with captions, but it is really just a text generator. It does not know your brand voice, it does not remember what you posted last week. You are essentially starting from scratch every single time. Metricool is similar. The focus is on scheduling and analytics, not creation. You can draft posts inside the platform, and they recently added some AI caption suggestions. But creating content is not what Metricool was built for. It was built for measuring content after it goes out. Hootsuite has invested more in AI recently. Their Owly AI can generate captions and suggest post ideas. But here is the thing, it still does not understand your brand. It generates generic social media copy that sounds like every other AI generated post on the internet. You end up rewriting most of it anyway, which defeats the purpose. Now, here is where CFW Social takes a completely different approach. When you sign up, the first thing you do is set up your brand DNA. That is your voice, your tone, your style, your key messages. Everything that makes your brand sound like your brand. Then, when you find a piece of content in our Discovery tab, or when you want to regenerate an existing post, the AI does not just spit out generic text. It rewrites the content in your voice using your brand context every single time. So, if your brand is professional and data driven, you get professional data driven output. If your brand is casual and playful, you get that instead. The AI adapts to you, you do not adapt to the AI. This is not a small difference. When you are managing content at scale, having to manually rewrite every AI generated caption adds up to hours per week. With CFW Social, the first draft is usually 90% there. A quick review, maybe a small tweak, and you are ready to publish. Winner for content creation, CFW Social, and it is not close. Brand DNA aware AI regeneration is a fundamentally different approach than generic caption generators. If you only manage one brand, you can skip this section. But if you are an agency, a freelancer with multiple clients, or someone building several brands at once, pay attention. This is where most tools completely fall apart. Buffer technically supports multiple channels, but here is the catch: their pricing is per channel. So if you have 3 brands with 5 social accounts each, you are paying for 15 channels. At $5 per channel per month, that is $75 just for Buffer. And you are still logging into one view. There is no brand level separation, no way to keep brand A's content strategy isolated from brand B. Metricool handles multi-brand better than Buffer. They have a brand concept built in, and you can switch between brands. Their pricing tiers include a set number of brands, but as you scale past 5 or 10 brands, the pricing jumps significantly. Hootsuite is built for enterprise, so it handles multi-account management well. But the cost is staggering. We are talking hundreds of dollars per month for anything beyond basic, and the complexity matches the price. You need training just to navigate the dashboard. CFW Social was designed from day one for multi-brand operators. You manage all your brands from one dashboard. Each brand has its own DNA, its own voice settings, its own content library. Switching between brands is one click, and you do not pay per brand in the same way the others charge. The platform is built around the assumption that you are running multiple brands, not a single account. For solo creators with one brand, Buffer is honestly the simpler choice. We will be upfront about that. But the moment you add a second brand or a third or a fifth, the math changes entirely. And that is where CFW Social becomes the obvious choice. Winner for multi-brand. CFW Social for anyone managing two or more brands. Buffer for single brand simplicity. This is the category that made us rethink everything. When you sit down to create content, what is the first thing you do? For most people, it is open YouTube, open Instagram, open TikTok, and manually scroll through what is trending. You are looking for ideas, formats that are working, topics your audience cares about. Then you open a separate tab for each platform. Maybe you use a third party tool like vidIQ or TubeBuddy for YouTube research, another tool for Instagram hashtag research, another for TikTok trends. That is three or four extra tools just for the research phase, before you have written a single word of content. Buffer does not do discovery at all. It is a scheduling tool. You bring the content, Buffer publishes it. Metricool has some competitor analysis features which is useful for benchmarking, but it is not a discovery engine. It tells you how your content performs relative to competitors. It does not help you find new content ideas. Hootsuite has listening tools, but those are in their higher tier plans. And social listening is different from content discovery. Listening tells you what people are saying, discovery tells you what content is performing. CFW Social has a built in discovery tab. Right inside the platform, you can search YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok for content in your niche. You can filter by region, language, date range, and duration. You find a video or post that is performing well, and with one click, you pull it into your content pipeline. Now, here is the important part. You are not copying anyone's content. You are using their topic, their angle, their format as inspiration. Then CFW Social's AI regenerates the concept in your brand voice using your brand DNA. So instead of spending an hour researching across three platforms and a separate trending tool, you do it all in one place. The research, the ideation, and the first draft happen in a single workflow. No other tool in this comparison does this. Not Buffer, not Metricool, not Hootsuite. Winner for discovery, CFW Social. This category is uncontested. This is where the older platforms have the most experience, and we want to be fair about that. Buffer scheduling is excellent. Clean calendar view, drag and drop, queue based posting where you set time slots and content fills in automatically. For straightforward scheduling, Buffer is genuinely hard to beat. It is fast, intuitive, and just works. Metricool also has solid scheduling with a nice calendar interface. Plus, they add auto posting from RSS feeds, which is useful for content curators. Their scheduling is reliable, and the calendar view gives you a clear picture of what is going out when. Hootsuite pioneered social media scheduling. Their calendar is feature rich. Bulk scheduling up to 350 posts at once. Team approval workflows. Content recommendations. If scheduling is your primary need and you have the budget, Hootsuite has every feature you could want. CFW Social has a visual calendar with drag and drop scheduling. You set your own optimal posting hours per platform, and the calendar respects those windows. It is clean and functional. But where CFW Social differentiates is the action builder. This goes beyond scheduling into real workflow automation. You can create multi step sequences. When a new piece of content enters the pipeline, trigger a series of actions, generate variations, schedule across platforms, set up approval chains. It is not just post this at 3 pm. It is when this happens, do this, then this, then this. For pure scheduling simplicity, Buffer wins. For scheduling plus deep analytics, Metricool. For enterprise scale scheduling, Hootsuite. But for scheduling combined with workflow automation, CFW Social's Action Builder takes it to a different level. Winner for scheduling. Tie between Buffer and CFW Social, depending on your needs. Buffer for pure simplicity. CFW Social for automation powered workflows. Let us talk money. And we will be specific because vague pricing comparisons are useless. Buffer starts free with 3 channels and 10 scheduled posts per channel. Their Essentials plan is $5 per month per channel. If you have 10 channels across a couple brands, you are looking at $50 a month. Affordable, but it adds up fast when you scale. Metricool has a generous free tier for a single brand. Their paid plans start around about $12 a month for the starter tier and scale up from there based on brands and features. Their pricing is competitive, especially for the analytics you get. Hootsuite starts at $99 per month for their professional plan. Yes, that is their starting price. and it only includes one user and 10 social profiles. If you need team access or more profiles, you are looking at $249 or more. Enterprise pricing is custom, and if you have to ask, you probably cannot afford it. CFW Social is $48.50 per month. That includes multi brand management, AI content regeneration with brand DNA, the discovery engine, action builder automation, and scheduling. There is a free 7-day trial with no credit card required, and a 30-day money back guarantee after that. Let us put this in perspective. If you manage 3 brands with 5 channels each on Buffer Essentials, that is $75 a month, and you do not get AI content creation, discovery, or automation. For 2650 less, CFW Social gives you all of that. Hootsuite at the same scale would cost you $250 or more per month. That is 5 times the cost. Best value overall, CFW Social. Best budget option for a single brand, Buffer free tier. Best if your company is paying, Hootsuite. Here is our honest recommendation after 2 weeks of testing. If you are a solo creator with one brand and all you need is scheduling, use Buffer. It is simple, affordable, and does one thing really well. We have no problem saying that. If your main priority is analytics and you want deep insights into what is performing across your channels, Metricool is excellent. Their reporting is genuinely best in class for the price. If you work at an enterprise company and someone else is paying the bill, Hootsuite has the most features, period. It is expensive, it is complex, but it has everything. But if you are a creator running multiple brands, an agency managing client accounts, or anyone who needs AI powered content creation that actually sounds like your brand, there is nothing else in this comparison that does what CFW Social does. The combination of brand DNA aware AI, built in discovery across YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, multi brand management from one dashboard, and action builder automation, that package does not exist anywhere else. We checked. And at $48.50 a month, with a 30-day money back guarantee, the risk is essentially zero. Try it. If it does not work for you, you get your money back, no questions asked. So here is what we suggest. If you are currently juggling 3 or more tools to research, create, schedule, and publish your content, try consolidating into CFW Social for 30 days. Start your free 7-day trial at cfw.social. No credit card required. Set up your brand DNA, connect your accounts, and see for yourself how much time you save in the first week. And if it is not for you, no hard feelings. That is what the 30-day money back guarantee is for. Link is in the description.